Welcome to the South, this is how we roll out. If you see me pop the trunk, it's a blowout. Money over everything, we locking doors. You hit the floor, cause we about to score. Welcome to the South.
For weekly pro wrestling news, AEW news, WWE news, independent wrestling news, it's the X Factor, the hottest pro wrestling news show with the one and only Professor X.
All right, what's up? It's your boy Professor X. What's up, Brother Reese? How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. It's Friday night, or actually Friday night, Saturday morning, and we got a nice little discussion. First of all, I want to welcome you, folks. This is a loyal member to the Heels for Life podcast. Shout out to the Heels for Life podcast. My boy Chris, Jay Quez, and the whole gang. And Brother Reese, we're going to start off with a dandy here tonight. Ted DeBiase Jr., the son of the $1 Million Man Hall of Famer Ted DeBiase, who has been charged by the DOJ in Mississippi welfare fraud scandal that also involved NFL Hall of Famer Brett Favre.
Yeah, I had to admit, I was shocked when I heard this one because I've gotten to know Ted Sr. Was like one of the who despite playing one of the most villainous characters of all time, Ted's like one of the most kind-hearted men that you'd ever meet, and unfortunately, I gotta admit, like, I've also gotten to know Junior a little bit. Yeah, I got to talk to him, like, really briefly, like, when he was starting out in his WWE career. And like I said, this was a little bit of a shock for me because I was like, DiBiase's are they're such nice people, but sometimes, you get involved in stuff like when things kind of go wrong. And unfortunately for Junior, this one's really going to hit because, man, you're looking at, what was it? Let me see if I could get the actual, I think 6 charges of wire fraud.
Yeah, fraud,
and then
money laundering, like some of the. I'm gonna read some of the details here.
We're just going to get 10 years apiece for that. I know 20 years apiece for each count of wire fraud. That if he's found guilty, so like me, you were discussing before you came on the air, dude's looking at a life sentence if you combine everything.
That's true. Now, some of the details. The report is WWE Hall of Famer Ted DiBiase has been charged with multiple felonies in the Mississippi welfare fraud scandal involving Brett Favre. Of course, it's noted that the unsealed federal indictment states that DiBiase Jr. is accused of misappropriating millions of dollars that were intended for needy families. DiBiase Jr. allegedly fraudulently obtained money from the Emergency Food Assistance Program and the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. The prosecutors in the case said that DiBiase allegedly used these federal funds to buy a vehicle and a boat and for the down payment on the purchase of a house, among other expenditures. He's being charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and to commit theft concerning programs receiving federal funds, 6 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of theft concerning programs receiving federal funds, and 4 counts of money laundering, and he could face a maximum of 5 years in prison. With a conspiracy count, a maximum of 20 years for each fraud count. Ouch. In addition, he could face 10 years for each theft account. Add 20, 10, 30, 35 at least. Concerning programs receiving federal funds and for each count of money laundering. Oh boy. Now, over here. Oh, yeah. So here,
you said,
Go
you
ahead.
tag all of that together. Yeah, you might as well call it a life sentence if he's found guilty on at least 3 charges, because the man, like I said, he's just turned 40 back in November. So you get the three charges of wire and fraud. That's going to be 60 years. Yeah, which will take it all the way up to 100. And then even if you do 3 of the like theft of wire, which are 10 years apiece, that's going to take him up to 70. And I'm like, man, you know what? And I kind of made this to like another one of my friends when I was talking about the subject. This is going to be one time where music actually comes to a thing, because like the $1 Million Man theme song says, everybody's got a price and everybody's going to pay. Well, unfortunately for Teddy Jr., yeah, his price he's going to pay is going to be a few decades behind bars.
You got that right. And now, in another article, his father issued an apology statement about a recent Twitter post and statement about his son being arrested. I'd like to personally issue an apology for an untimely post that was published through my social media channels earlier today. As you know, I tried to share nostalgic memories from my wrestling career as a way for fans to revisit their childhood memories. Since my time is limited due to travel requirements, the posts are approved by me ahead of time and scheduled for a later date. Our family is currently navigating a difficult season. Yeah, I'll bet you are. And while we cannot speak to these events publicly, we appreciate your prayers during this time. Please know that I truly appreciate the love and support from the fans. You have been a part of our family for more than 40 years, and for that I can never thank you enough. Well, to me, that's all smoke up everybody's ass, because they don't need the support of the fans when you're laundering millions of dollars. I mean, the dude bought a house and a boat and all this other, when that money should have been going to like homeless families, homeless children. I mean, they've been basically taking food out of poor people's mouths. So let's see, the wrestling business, as old as he is, Ted DiBiase, the last job he had was in WCW years ago when he was part of the NWO, and then of course he turned face, and then he disappeared. So they released him probably, and I'm pretty sure as a pastor he probably doesn't make a lot of money, and they know that. That's why they both came up with this idea to do this.
I think Ted.
Go ahead.
Well, Ted saved a lot of his money because besides doing that, like, he's actually gotten lucrative offers because he's on a WWE Legends contract.
Oh, he is?
So,
I didn't know. If he was, then I mean, he might be under a contract, but I don't see them offering him any jobs to pay him.
Well, like I said, I think like the thing was like outside of like maybe one of those Legends Nights Raws that they always do like right before the Royal Rumble and other than that. And I know like when they were doing the Cameron Grimes LA Knight thing down at NXT before it became 2.0, what I know he was doing. I know he was doing those storylines, but but Ted Sr., like, I knew like he was actually, and this may be a little extra irony. He was actually a money saver, so he didn't like go off blowing his money and doing other things and stuff, which, like I said, now makes this even more confusing because I'm like, Junior should have been doing it even less than Senior did, because I'm like I said, your dad's got you covered. And I know you've had time in WWE, so there could have been a couple other that, and then you could have used your name from there. And if you wanted to do a couple other things, then so be it. But sometimes things don't work out that way, because if you're one of the ones that fail, then you wind up doing stuff like what we're seeing Junior doing now.
That's true. Now, from what you just said, Ted DiBiase should be covered. He should have his son covered. He should have money saved up. Maybe then he does. Then maybe he doesn't, because if he was in on this, he allowed his son to do this. He obviously didn't care, because maybe they felt they needed the money for themselves, and that's what happened. So like I said, if Ted DiBiase was a real Christian, as he claimed to be, he wouldn't have did this, or at least he would have cut his son out of his life, just for doing this, and his son would do this on his own, and he could have been absolved of all charges.
Right.
But my thing is, when it comes to this being a Christian and Christianity, and my take on Christianity now, especially me reading and studying my Black history like I do, Christianity was always based on white supremacy. So, and it seems to me that when it comes to these European Christians, they're only as Christian as their finances allow them to be. It's like Christianity is basically rooted in money, just as Jimmy Swaggart. Of course, we all know what he did, and did it twice too. Got caught twice. Remember the first time he got caught, and the old teary-eyed, "Oh Lord, forgive me, I've sinned." Then he went and did it the second time, and the second time he wasn't so Christian and teary-eyed.
And I think I might remember the second time a little bit more, because
yeah, I found out about the second time in the article, because I saw a picture of him. He had like a mean look on his face, like he was mad, like he got caught. But the first time he was all, he was canceled off the air, and then I think after a while he came back on the air for a while, but then he disappeared quick, and then I found out why. So
yeah, because I think the first time, like, what was that back? When was the first time? It was like what, the 80s?
Yeah, the very late 80s. Yeah, because I was actually in high school, going to a Christian high school at the time.
Yeah. All right. So I would have just in there been kindergarten or first grade, so I really wouldn't know much about it. But then, like, I remembered the one he got in trouble with in '91.
That's the second one. Yes. Yeah. I didn't even find out about that one until years later after he did it. I didn't find out about that one. The first time he was caught, though, Ozzy Osbourne made a song blasting on him, called "Miracle Man," which was hilarious. The video was hilarious.
Oh yeah, and I remembered that one because I know Jim Carrey and Damon Wayans kind of did like a little parody on it on the Living Color.
Yeah, of course, yeah. On Living Color, yeah. And Living Color was the show right then, because basically everybody was a target, especially Michael Jackson. Remember those?
Oh yeah. Because I was just talking with some of my friends on No Filter with when I was talking about when they did the music parodies, and Tommy Davidson did the black and white, and then at the end when the police officer arrested him, and Tommy goes, "Damn, I guess I really am black after all." Yeah.
Look, my favorite one was "Little Billy's Not My Lover." That was the one, because that was the Billie Jean one, like his biggest hit.
Yep.
That was hilarious. I mean, they weren't playing, because Living Color, they blasted.
Oh no, like I said, I remember they like the very first episode. You remember when they did the Love Connection thing with Keenan was playing Mike Tyson, and Kim Coles was Robin Givens.
And also I remember the other Mike Tyson parody one. The one with him and Macaulay Culkin, Homeboy Alone. Remember that one? Yeah. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Anyway, like I said, if Ted DiBiase, I saw the other article because so here he faces up to 80 years in prison. The breakdown is up to 5 years in prison should he be found guilty for the conspiracy charge, a maximum of 20 years for each fraud count. Oh, so see, it's the 20 years times. Maybe times 2 or 3. That's why I added the 80.
All right, yeah.
And 10 years for every theft count. So right there, you add that up. That would add up to 80 years, or basically life in prison. So I don't know what Ted DiBiase Jr. was thinking, but if he does go to prison, I think Ted DiBiase's Legends contract might be null and void, because I don't think WWE wants to be associated with somebody whose son's going to prison. So,
well, you think about it this way: if they were willing to drop Hogan for 3 years after,
the racism,
But yeah, if they drop Hogan, then they can drop anybody. Yeah.
What's up, Sherman Scott in the chat? What's up? How you doing? Anyway, yeah, we know about the draft. It's coming next Friday. Personally, like I said, as far as the draft goes, that's a sham. Because think about this: the whole roster, they've been crossing over different shows anyway. So I don't see why you're doing this whole draft thing. I mean, it hasn't been done in years, but I don't see a really purpose. I never saw a real purpose for the draft. It's just Vince McMahon always, it's time to shake things up again. And now Triple H saying is the draft is going to change the game. Yeah, he's plugging his gimmick to change the game.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not buying this. But what's topic number 2?
Okay, yeah. What are your thoughts on the draft? By any chance, what do you think all around?
Like I said, like you just brought up, if you're going to do the draft, the only time you should ever have people like crossing over on different shows would it be Survivor Series when they're doing a Raw vs. SmackDown thing, which now I think they're not going to do because now that they brought the War Games up, or like at least during the Royal Rumble. And actually, truthfully, Royal Rumble should be the only time when you should have people crossing over from Raw and SmackDown because, hell, that's usually when, because you got to like sell like everybody being involved in it because you're going to have like superstars from every show like competing and whatnot.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's good points. Yeah. What's up to Marcus Brown in the chat? Thanks, Brother Brown. Thanks for subscribing. All right. Topic number 2 is we're going to go to is CM Punk. Let's see. I'm gonna get the articles I have up here. Okay, first one is CM Punk has not apologized and has been told not to have any contact with the Young Bucks. Okay, it says his return is getting near, with the planned date being moved up from when it was originally expected to happen. The key to his return is how the roster and Punk can coexist. The idea is for Punk to be the top star of the new Saturday show AEW Collision, which will be premiering this summer, and it will be tied to his return. Now, there's been a planned meeting between Punk himself, Jericho, and more happening soon. Interestingly enough, there are a few notable names missing from the reported meeting. That's the Elite, of course, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, who just so happened to be the ones who got into the backstage fight with Punk at All Out last year. The report is that there had been no resolution to the issues with Punk and several on the roster for his actions at All Out, including the fight and the rant at the post-event press conference. Punk hasn't apologized to the Young Bucks, but there's a reason for that. He was told to not have contact with them. Now, I don't know why he was told not to have contact, because if they want an apology and they want, want him to get along, if they're going to work with him, they should be allowed, or he should be allowed to apologize. But what are your thoughts, Brother Reese?
All right. First of all, I gotta fault everybody in this situation because, dude, this could have been squashed right after All Out, and yeah. Actually, Marcus, I want to get to that one in a little bit while, but just finish my point.
Yeah, I'll answer that too. Okay.
Because Punk, Kenny, Bucks, okay. You had the fight at the media scrum. Tony, as the owner, you set everybody aside, and it's like, first of all, you go to you go to Kenny and the Bucks. It's like, hey guys, you're my executive vice presidents. Y'all should know to keep stuff away from the locker room and personally yourselves not get involved in it. So even though if Punk might have been the instigator or not, I don't know. But even if Punk was the instigator, I still would have put a heavy majority on the Bucks and Kenny, because y'all the EVPs. So y'all are supposed to be the ones to help neutralize and make sure that everybody's remaining a professional. Now, with that being said, okay, this has been what, September, we're now in April, so this has been 7 months now. All right, if you want to make sure that you can get everybody back on the same page, now this is where I'm going to tie Jericho into this as well. Have all six of you sit in a room. You sit, you talk, give everybody their piece, and then work out a resolution while everybody's all face to face and all in one room. Because the last thing AEW needs is for division to wind up happening. Because this was the same type of stuff that like messed WCW up, like even throughout all the NWO bullshit. Like even when they were riding high. But it was like, yeah, you let all of those personal issues like start small, and then they're gonna wind up getting bigger and bigger the more you don't nip problems in the bud, and then pretty much everybody's gonna go at it like a free-for-all and whatnot. So, and this is the thing with Tony Khan. Tony, you can't, I know you want to be respectful, be on the same page with everybody, but you have to be a disciplinarian because you are the owner of AEW. You are the owner of Ring of Honor. You have to set the standards for all of your wrestlers. I don't care if they're a main event guy. I don't care if they're a booker. I don't care if they've got political power, like they're EVP or whatever. Hell, I don't even care if they're a curtain jerker of the show. Set your standards. Make sure everybody knows what they are, that there is no gray matter in between. Say something, make it black and white, make it as crystal clear as possible, and make sure everybody knows this. This is how things should be from the moment you walk into the arena to the time you leave it. And if you can't follow it, then you can't be in my company. End of discussion.
There you go. Very well said. Now, as brother Marcus, Drew McIntyre has let his contract run out, and he hasn't resigned. So I don't think you're going to be seeing Drew McIntyre in Money in the Bank. As far as Cody winning the WWE Championship, I'm guessing that's going to be a SummerSlam. You know,
Yeah.
so Reese, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Ooh.
Because Drew McIntyre should be
Yeah.
gone because he didn't sign. He didn't
Yeah,
sign.
because he's already. But you know
Right.
what? I'm like, because I know where Marcus is going with this one. Because you want to know why? Because we've seen people like We've seen people like maybe remove the WWE things for a little while to act like, oh, they're a free agent, but then next thing you know, they come back because they get a new deal or whatever. And with Money in the Bank being in London, which by the way, I'm pissed off with that because that's actually going to be on my birthday. But yeah, with Money in the Bank being in London, I was like, if you want to make it up to Drew for having that off-air segment from Clash at the Castle, I was like, giving him Money in the Bank would be a good thing for it. And then if you really want him to, yeah, and if you really want him to go on, I actually like Marcus' idea. Have Cody, quote unquote, finish the story, whenever that might be. And then, yeah, have Drew, and then Drew comes in with Money in the Bank. I was like, and especially if you did it at WrestleMania, Philly actually might not boo McIntyre for that one.
All right, yeah, that's true. Yeah, CM Punk needs to retire. He is a straight cancer in every locker room he's go. He's becoming a cancer. I don't care how big a star he thinks he is. his star is diminishing because if he can't get along with anybody and he's going to be fighting and then want to apologize and come back, you can't do that. Now, me personally, if it was me, I wouldn't have him back because I would just concentrate on my homegrown talent and building them up. No more WWE rejects, no more so-called veterans, for star power. You got to. I think new promotions should find local talent or unknown talent and build them in star power. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? Because AEW was doing fine without CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes was doing fine too. But like I said, it's shocking he jumped back over here. But anyway, I want to say what's up. Yeah, Johnny Mills, what's up? Thanks for coming through.
Johnny.
Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, I got some more on the situation. Let me see. Let me find it.
I think I just saw Sargon pop up.
Oh, you did? Yes, sir.
Or at least in the comments. Yeah.
Oh, he's in the comments?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, fellas? I've been getting my kids ready for tomorrow. Well, later on.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that, Zargon. Hey, Zargon, I sent you the link. So if you want to join, if you can join, feel free to hop on with us. Love to have you, but I understand if you got, that's real. Okay, yeah, I understand that. Ooh, CM Punk, Lord knows how I feel about that man. Yeah, that's how y'all feel.
A lot of people feel that way about Phil's. Rollins, Spence, Reigns, WrestleMania. I'm good because Cody shouldn't be had 2 titles. Only wants WWE. Yeah, you know what? This been my thing because I know, for a long time they've been wanting to separate the titles, and it's or at least get them re-separate and have the Raw titles back on Raw, but now which championship would they want back on Raw? Would they want the WWE championship? Would they even want the Universal title since Roman, say what you want about how he did it. Yeah, it's he's actually put some value on that one now. So there's some questions WWE's really got to answer because I know this right now. USA is not going to be cool with not having a champion anymore.
I hear you. Oh yeah, the other information I just found. I just found. Here's the thing. Says this is from an audio show. It says the Punk Jericho meeting is going to be moderated by FTR. The idea being FTR. We're pitching the idea. Let's moderate. We're a neutral party, and we can help let Jericho and Punk work things out. Jericho is the closest confidant of Tony Khan right now when it comes to things that include him, but go beyond him. I don't know how often. But there's times where it's where's Tony? Oh, he's in Chris's hotel room, or he's off in this restaurant booth talking to Chris, or wherever they talk. And it's not just about Chris Jericho stuff. Jericho is a sounding board. There are people in the company who tell Tony, listen to Chris. He's been around. You can't trust anybody 100%, but Chris isn't like some secret agent who's sabotaging AEW. It says it's also added that Jericho is not someone who is there just to collect a paycheck and then go back to Vince McMahon. It sounds like an obvious shot at Cody Rhodes. It says added, I think he's loyal to AEW. That's what people say at this point. And so I think FTR and Punk are aware of that. Among the people I've talked to, there's not a high level of confidence that the meeting is going to go well, that it could make things worse, but maybe not. Maybe things will work out, but people who have been around Punk, know people who have known Punk for a very long time are not optimistic that FTR mediating a meeting between Jericho and Punk is going to lead to progress. The other thing is it just sounds by every indication that the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson's heels are dug in, and I think a comment by some guy named Brandon Cutler adds to it. I just don't see those parties reconciling. It's also said that the gaslighting tweet from makes it sounds like the Bucks side feels that Punk's side wants to put out that he's trying to work things out while the Bucks aren't. Some would argue that Matt and Nick shouldn't want to work things out because Punk threw the first punch. That's true. It's also stated that there are people in the company who we haven't heard from that also don't want Punk back. He said, "I think it's well known that he's a draw. I also think it's well known that the welcome mat will not be rolled out for him in the locker room. The passion in the locker room against Punk in certain circles is unwavering. Punk has poured lighter fluid on that. Moxley and Brandon Cutler had been public, and there's I think some people would surprise you in AEW who would seem like neutral parties and all that who don't want Punk back, and they have reasons. Right there, see that they go right there. Tony Khan needs to take heed to those warnings and those signs. Don't bring the man back. Phil Brooks needs to step.
Yeah,
I mean,
And I was like, you know what? The fact that you got into this, and just after a year after returning to AEW, it was like, and here's the sad part, because you look at how he started off, he was doing great because he was getting all right, granted he was winning, but it's like, hell, he had a great match with Darby, had a great match with Eddie Kingston. Lord knows the promos he did with MJF were epic stuff, because it was finally somebody could actually match Max word for word, whatever. And hell, even the dog collar match and everything. But then I think once he got to the title picture, that's where things kind of fucked up for him a little bit.
What if Reigns defends the titles like how Rollins did at NOC 2015, where Rollins lost the U.S. title? And what is it, NOC? What is that?
Night of Champions.
Oh, okay. Then
yeah. Oh, which, by the way, there's another song I want to talk to real quick, because
sure.
I think, hold on, who brought this up in the comments?
Oh, I think he's here. All right.
Johnny brought up. Yeah.
What's up, audience? Well, let's welcome our brother, Mr. Mississippi. Let me. All right. To bring up to speed. First, we discussed the Ted DiBiase Jr. case. What are your thoughts on that?
I literally just heard about that.
Yeah.
You know what the crazy part is?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm about to go on the whole tangent. So you mean to tell me that Ted DiBiase gets charged for doing what he did with Mississippi, but they still haven't done anything to Brett Favre in regards to that same state in Mississippi, and that man took way more money than Ted DiBiase ever did.
Oh,
like, make that make sense? Yes. I'm still on Favre's ass.
They may not get Favre now, but you know what this is going to be? This is going to be a case of, all right, you got a lower level person, but it's like now you got like a stronger way to attack Favre now, because
that should just happen and it just went away. That's what it was as far as that went. And Mississippi keep falling for the okie doke. They keep getting played and played again and played again, and they just don't learn their lesson. Like, what are y'all doing?
Hey, you know what? It's Mississippi. That's and you know what kind of state that is?
They missing in action. That's what that is.
No, that and also that's the cracker capital of the U.S. or at least one of them. You know, I just
oh my God.
I had to put that in there, brothers. I had to put that in there. Hey, but Reese, finish your point on Jericho and Punk.
I am, but as far as like Jericho Punk, like I said, when Punk got into the world title picture, like I said, things kind of fucked up for him right then and there, because the match with Hangman, of course, Phil, why the fuck did you try to do a buckshot? Considering it's been years since you actually tried one. That was but then like the stuff with Moxley, that like really took it over. But I gotta say, Jericho's not exactly free from this either, because Chris, at one point in time in your career, you would like get people over. Like, even if there should have been no chance of it. I mean, hell, the man got Fandango over to the point where, like, Yeah, people was doing that damn song and it got to like number 2 on
That
iTunes
doesn't
or something.
exist. That
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
I
And I
mean,
love
I couldn't,
Fandango, but that doesn't exist in
I
my
couldn't
mind.
stand Fandango, and then that
I
tag team.
love Fandango.
I hated Fandango. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
You put that vision in my head now. I remember that shit at old.
I was like, yeah.
It was
I was like, unfortunately,
everywhere.
with the
You
how that
couldn't go
happened, I
nowhere
have no
without
idea.
hearing it.
That was trash to me. I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
But now it's like, all right, AEW kind of did the same thing because, okay, you got Darby over with the wrestling with the Saints tie behind his back. You got the 10-minute challenge that got Jungle Boy over. Shit, there's somebody else. Hell, even the shit he did with MJF, like when he was penetrating the inner circle and that, it like helped him get even more over than he already was. But then,
Yeah.
like I said, the stuff with Ricky Starks, yeah, that one didn't fare as well. I mean, Action Andretti. I mean, the dude's still on Dark and Elevation right now, and I was like, yeah. And like I said, and this kills me because, like I said, I'm a Jerichoholic. I like the guy, but it's like Chris. I know you've been in the game 30 years and whatnot, and I know your track record's better than most people's, but yeah, you're starting to hit that area where the things you're trying to do to get people over, now it's starting to be a little bit more on the miss side than it is. But hey, I'll still say that the dude still knows how to get it done when it matters. So I'm praying I am wrong and that maybe I would think this, like when Chris retires, I think he's going to be a great mind for professional wrestling and like helping guys backstage and helping them avoid the politics and whatnot. But
if he's at
yeah.
AEW, possibly, but
Yeah.
there's still politics going on in AEW.
True.
I mean, you got to look at it. Chris Jericho's the company man. He's the top. He's one of the top guys, or if not the top guy in that company. He's the one carrying the ship. So you got to look at it from that side too.
Yeah.
And I mean, and as far as Punk, I'm gonna choose, just because I'm biased as hell, but I'm gonna choose Jericho over Punk anyway, because Punk is only there, temporarily. He's only there for like a cup of coffee and then he's gone. I mean, I know a lot of fans was happy to, for him to come back, but I mean, once he started coming into the company, now you hear all these rumors of everybody not getting along and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So if he's the the person that comes in and then everything just starts getting out there, then I mean, he's the problem. And this isn't the first place that he's been a problem. Yeah, Same with WWE. And
well,
he got that track record.
Yeah, well, they're not rumors because at that media scrum where he said what he said, and then there was a fight and he threw the first punch. It's not rumors. That guy's a jackass. That guy's an asshole. Yeah. Out. Fired.
He
out.
admitted.
See ya.
Well, he admits it because, like I said, he's been that way ever since Ring of Honor.
I mean, if you want to get him in there just for money purposes, I get it. But outside of that, I mean,
I wouldn't want him just for money purposes. I mean,
what are you doing?
He ain't worth the money. If he causing all this shit, he ain't worth the money. I'm sorry. That's just he got to go. Just like,
but some people, money is worth a lot to them. I mean,
I know that, but that's just blind greed. That's just blind.
And I know a person, and I know this person is a fan favorite. I'm probably gonna get some heat for this, but look at Jeff Hardy. Look at how many times Jeff Hardy fucks up. The man could still get a lot of money, and that man gets forgiven every single time.
That's true. Same with the Usos.
Exactly. I was about to bring them up too, and I love the Usos and I love Jeff Hardy, but I mean, let's just be honest.
Lying on that one, man, because
if they could draw, man, they could damn near get away with anything.
Now, look, both of y'all brothers are right about the Usos and about Jeff Hardy. Here's the thing: the Usos and Jeff Hardy never did a post press conference where they trashed their coworkers. There's the difference. And
okay, I'll give you that.
All right, hold on. Well, let's go to somebody who has trashed coworkers in the past and had a few legal issues, like Shawn Michaels.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah, the so-called Heartbreak Kid, the
Mr.
showstopper, the main event.
Yeah.
Main event, my ass. Anyway.
Yeah.
Margaret asked me if I got any jokes about Alexa Piss. Well, Alexa Piss.
Oh my God.
Alexa Piss took some time off. Enough said. See ya.
Yeah.
We don't care.
I'll say
Oh
that's
my
because
God.
that's mostly because of the and ironically enough, right when they were trying to do something with the Bray Wyatt thing, but we all know how that went.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on MJF legitimately act like an asshole? Oh, well, he is an asshole for real.
But you
Go
know
ahead,
what?
Reach. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is where sometimes I know you wanted, like, MJF wants to be that one dude that consistently acts like a heel and tries to make sure that people don't like him and like give him a babyface reaction when he wants to. But it's like, dude, keep it only towards the people, because let me tell you, one of these days he's going to do one of these actions and one of those fans are going to whip his ass. It may not be like to the extent like that one fan who jumped in during the Eddie Guerrero RVD, by the way, God rest Eddie. Yeah. That Eddie Guerrero RVD ladder match, or like that one dude that got in the house show and tried to beat up Stone Cold, but then Triple H wound up whooping his ass or something like that. But yeah, let you take it. MJF is gonna like wind up doing or saying something to one of these fans, and they're gonna wind up trying to do the same thing to him. It is like, yeah.
The only thing I gotta ask though is, has MJF been in Japan before?
Nope.
I don't know.
But, he have?
Yo,
Because I'm thinking
I
that's
know where
where
you're
he
going with
could.
this one.
I'm
Because
thinking
I
that's where
remember
he
we
could get
trashed-
that persona from, like, because you know in Japan they do like extra stuff, you know, even with the
Did
crowd
y'all
and
see a
stuff.
tweet he
So
deleted? Look at this.
I was
Apparently,
thinking,
a Goldberg who's on a retirement tour, MJF made a tweet by saying, "We don't need that roided up Jew," and of course he deleted it. Now right there, you made a racist
bro, about to get canceled.
Even though Max is Jewish himself, but still. But
that makes me look even more stupid. Go ahead.
But to go to Mississippi's point here about MJF in Japan, I remember he just got done saying that he ain't gonna go to that. I forget what he specifically said, but I know like he trashed Japan a couple months back, and I'm like, ooh,
okay, yeah, I believe it, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You
like,
do not. I know you're trying to like stay in character or whatnot, but I was like, yeah, you got to know when to come out of character and not make your words seem as realistic. And I was like,
you tell that to a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. And that's
a lot of people need to be told that because they be in character all the time.
You know what I'm saying? They be in character outside off camera. That's the problem. This is the mental that they got a mental problem, and see half of them come up as bipolar. I find out they have bipolar and something from depression.
I don't even think it's bipolarism. I just think it's them being themselves, and it just comes off so natural.
It's like half of them bipolar, and others suffer from mental depression. They don't need to be in wrestling. They're just making the condition worse.
And I'm like this because I know, like, if we remember, like, really old school heels, like Ravishing Rick Rude, and since we already talked about him, like, half this episode, $1 Million Man, we remember, like, when they were on camera, they would say and do the most disgusting things imaginable. But yet, when it was off camera, though, they was actually some of the nicest dudes on the planet because I remember, like, X, I think you might remember this. You might remember it too, because even if you don't remember the real time, but I know they like showed it on one of DiBiase's videos since. Remember when he did that little challenge where if the kid could dribble the basketball for a full minute, he would give him like $100 or whatever, and then DiBiase would kick the basketball away from it at the final second.
I remember that shit. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was funny.
All
I remember that.
Yep. Well, after that segment, all right, DiBiase actually gets the kid on, and they actually not only gave him the $100 that DiBiase promised him, he actually wound up getting $500.
Oh,
No,
great.
that's
Okay,
what's up.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
That's what's up.
that's what's
yeah,
up.
and I'm like,
At least he was being generous.
yep, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
yeah, and I'm noticed like, yeah, because like you said, heels can be heels on camera, but they know like because a lot of these guys, they're fathers themselves. DiBiase be one, Rudy being another, and it's like, all right, I knew you didn't want to make it cry, and it was like, but
I don't think
like I
MJF
said,
got
you
kids
gotta had
though.
to. No, he doesn't. But it was
He
like,
doesn't,
yeah,
so
I know, like,
he wouldn't understand it.
yeah,
No.
DiBiase's like trying to remember, like, okay, hey, I had to like be the character, but now I got to be the real dude now that the cameras aren't on, and it's like that's just up.
Yeah.
And I think that's what MGF needs to do is like balance out because on social media sometimes people can't tell when you're being serious and when you're being tongue in cheek about it, and it's like if you're saying something and you're not distinguishing that it's a joke, like I said, with the whole thing about him never wanting to wrestle in Japan, and like I said, I forget what the specific thing he said about it. I was like, yeah, oh, brother, let me tell you, if Okada and Suzuki and Tanahashi and all of them get a hold of him, I'm like,
Yeah, you
yeah,
shouldn't trash New Japan. Yeah, because
yeah.
basically you're asking for trouble. Because
And not just New Japan, also Noah, All Japan, and other than because I'm thinking of my man, Nakajima, the dude who like knocked Geto out the one time, and that whole shit went viral.
Yeah,
Woo.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I'll
saying.
tell you,
Look,
some of the
if
cats
that's the
in Japan
case,
you
and
don't want to mess with.
yeah, I've also heard New Japan Pro has mafia ties. So see the Yakuza or whatever Japanese
Yeah,
mafia, that's lethal. So yeah, MJF, you need to shut the fuck up.
They gonna mess around and have a sword in his damn head. Keep
No,
playing.
he would have a sword in his mouth or
too.
Yeah,
hanging out his
that's
mouth.
it.
But
You know,
anyway, Reese, I got one more piece of information right here.
I
Jericho
didn't even know
hints.
Robert Roode was still in WWE.
Yeah, I heard he's injured. Hey, y'all,
Oh,
listen to
okay.
this. Okay, all right, Jericho and Punk have had heat with each other going back to at least the All Out event, following Punk's comments at the post event conference, and then his backstage brawl with the Elite. At all out, Jericho reportedly told Punk that he was a cancer to the promotion. When Punk went on a rant via Instagram, it included him ripping Moxley, Dave Meltzer, of course, and Jericho. Everybody rips Meltzer because no one likes him.
Yep.
As previously reported, AEW tentatively have plans for Punk to make a return, of course, on the June 21st edition of Dynamite. There's a planned meeting, of course. We know about that. Okay. However, based on some recent tweets by Jericho, the former AEW World Heavyweight Champion doesn't want to work with Punk. Says he responded to a tweet from someone who had attached a photo of Jericho and Punk together with a caption. Chris Jericho, I am Jericho. Correct me if I am wrong, but you've always been willing to work with everyone, and you always do what's best for business. Sound familiar? Like somebody else we know? People are foolish to suggest otherwise. TJ. And Jericho responded, not everyone. Okay, now right there. If Jericho doesn't want to work with him, I don't see how that meeting should go only one way. No, get your ass to stepping. I ain't working with you. But then I saw an article later where they said Tony Khan might try to make Jericho work with him, and Tony Khan should do that because that's Jericho. If Jericho's almost like a backstage locker room boss, Jericho should stick to his guns and just tell Punk to step. All of them should tell Punk to step. So, that's how I feel about that. So Reese, what are your thoughts on that first?
You know what? I'm not surprised because I think this goes back even further than that because
Yeah, it does. Probably does.
you go back to their whole issue leading up to WrestleMania 28. Jericho and Punk were even having issues then.
Oh, I didn't know that, but I believe it though. I believe that.
Yeah, because especially like when, even though I don't think they really use booze, but then again with WWE, you never know. But I was like, when they were making fun of Punk being straight edge, and then Jericho like poured up some liquid on him. But like I said, there's been like a long-standing thing because, yeah, Jericho and Punk, when they were, although they were kind of tying it into the storyline, but sometimes like when they deliver barbs to each other, yeah, you could kind of see that was going from storyline to like to shoot. And even though, like I said, I think then they did kind of work things out a little bit, but then there were other times when, yeah, some of those interactions, yeah, didn't look like they were part of the show.
Of course not, no, because remember Chris Benoit and Kevin Sullivan? Remember
Oh
how
yeah,
you remember how
how could you
remember how
forget?
bloodthirsty that got? So,
Yeah,
and of course, we know how that ended up years later, which I still
yeah,
which I still believe Kevin Sullivan has something to do with, since he has a high ranking he's a high ranking officer in a cult. Plus, at the time he was still also on the WWE board of directors. But that's all
yeah.
hearsay, she say. But I think Kevin Sullivan should be questioned to this day because I believe he murdered that man and his family and made it look like he did it double murder suicide. But anyway, so as far as Chris Jericho and CM Punk, I say cut your losses, Tony Khan. Make the man get to stepping, because if Jericho isn't happy, and then Jericho's gonna step, and then you're gonna be in trouble because one of your top dogs is gonna leave. So see, I think you should listen to the majority of the locker room, majority rules. He has the gold rules. CM Punk, see you later. Damn sure wouldn't want to be you. And moving on now, we're gonna move on. The next topic right here. This might be a short. This is about Naomi, the guy right here. NJPW reportedly wanted to bring in Naomi. Says last month, Naomi posted an ad for her WrestleCon appearance earlier this month, and in the comments, a user asked her if she was still with in WWE, and Naomi responded, "No, no, friend." This seemingly confirmed her WWE departure after walking out last year due to creative differences alongside Mercedes Moné. Monet got her WWE release and signed with Bushiroad, the parent company of NJPW and Stardom, earlier this year. Naomi recently filed a trademark that is seemingly for her new ring name. It's been reported that NJPW/Stardom was interested in bringing in Naomi, but money was the deciding factor not to make a deal happen, as the parent company is trying to cut costs where possible due to New Japan's declines related to the pandemic. Also, this comes at a time when Monet is in talks for a contract extension with NJPW Stardom ahead of the last match on her current deal, as she is slated to make her next title defense this Sunday. It said it should be noted that Naomi has been engaging in interactions with Stardom stars such as Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May on social media. Whether we will see her share the ring with those wrestlers remains to be seen. Now, she showed up in a picture at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, the last one in the front row, so she was there. Here's the thing: this is what I discussed with the Wrestling Council group I also do shows with.
Sub Game Slam.
Yeah, she walked out with Sasha that night. It was like follow the leader. And for one thing is, Naomi's always been known to be too nice, where Sasha is more, I guess, more cutthroat and more driven to be, successful as she wants to be. I'm guessing she thought Sasha was going to take care of her, and not the case. See, you can walk out and be friends, but when it come to shove, Sasha's going to look out for Sasha, and Naomi, you're on your own. I think now the perfect place I think for her to land would be, because it's a smaller company, Impact Wrestling. I think she would do well in Impact Wrestling because she could shine there and then like basically make it her division. But because also somebody told me that they heard that Tony Khan blew her off in last weekend because she was I think somewhere around last weekend around Tony Khan, and Tony Khan kind of blew her off. So if Tony Khan doesn't like her, blew her off like that, I don't see her coming. I don't see her showing up in AEW anytime soon, unless Sasha does and pushes for her to come in. Vouch for her, I guess, in a sense. But Brother Reed, so what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. First and foremost, yeah, I have to say this: Sasha's been killing it, man, so far. So praise to her on that one. And I have to say, I hope that she does get to her extension up there because, like I said, we've seen Sasha like go in NXT and put on like hella good matches, and I think she's capable of doing the same over in Japan because even though sometimes they may see the presentation may seem like a little more like entertainment based as far as like how the women are just display their personalities and whatnot. But yeah, when you take the personality out of the picture, yeah, the women in Japan can go just as good as the men do. So that's why I'm thinking. That's why I'm hoping like Sasha can wind up getting that and having that experience is going to make her more rounded when she comes back to the States. As far as Naomi goes, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, she may have to look at she may have to look at least Impact. But I wouldn't be surprised if she goes to Ring of Honor because I know that Athena had been mentioned. Yeah, y'all, I know like she's been hyping Trinity up for a little bit, saying, yo, now that she's not under the WWE banner or whatever, like y'all gonna see what she's really capable of doing, and y'all ain't gonna be ready for it. And that got me thinking if Athena's or court Ember Moon for those who remember WWE, yeah, if Athena's hyping Trinity up, I'm like, could that be a future Ring of Honor Women's Championship matchup? Because right now, because right now, outside of Willow, I don't remember anybody really challenging Athena for that title. So I'm like this, and I know that she had said that one of the people she wanted to work with was Naomi. So I was like, yeah, Athena versus Trinity. Hey, I'd be down for it. So
That sounds like a good match. Brother Mississippi, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I wasn't expecting you to call me that. That's funny.
Okay.
All right. So first and foremost, yeah, Tony Khan needs the shit slapped out of him if he did that because his women's division is so lackluster. He needs all the women talent he can get because the women's division is completely terrible in AEW. So for him to blow off Naomi, that's a huge problem. But as far as Athena and Trinity facing off, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm not gonna deny it, but Impact, I do think that is the perfect place for her. I do. I will agree with you. I think that is the perfect place for her. I need that. I need that Tasha Steelz and that Trinity match. I need that in my life.
Okay. Well,
Marcus just actually brought up a good thing too. Yeah. If you give me Trinity versus Deonna Purrazzo, I'll be take my money.
Okay, I can agree to that too.
Also, this comment right here: Sasha Banks ruined Naomi's career because she wants to think her and Sasha as friends. Sasha doesn't even respect her fans. That is true because when fans walk on the street, when fans try to approach her, she just keeps walking and ignores them. So see, that's how cutthroat and cold-blooded Sasha really is.
I hate to say it. This is one of them damn times Corey Graves is actually right about something.
Yeah. And also, I think Sasha backstabbed Naomi to more the heat from her to Naomi. It might be true. So see,
definitely.
So here's the thing. Now, as your point about her and Athena and Ring of Honor, I was thinking her and Athena would be a tag team, but as opponents, yeah,
no, they can face off.
Yeah, I mean, a tag team would be good too. But I'm saying, if they were to face off, that'd be a good match. It'd be a good storyline. So what Tony Khan can do is sign her to a contract to Ring of Honor, appear on Ring of Honor shows, not AEW, but Ring of Honor just for now. That'd be good. Like I said, because she was in the front row at the Ring of Honor. I didn't watch the show. I saw parts of it, but I saw a still of her right in the front row. She was wearing sunglasses. She was there. So if Athena's vouching for Naomi, yeah, that's good. Yeah, see, so Impact. So now Impact might be first choice, but if she can get her in the Ring of Honor, which is owned by Tony Khan too as well. That's a good thing. That way, like I said, so, right there, you got a sister helping out a sister. You know what I mean? Because see, Athena seems more real and more warm-hearted than Sasha Banks or
I agree
Mercedes
to
Moné.
that. I agree.
So,
And everybody gets mad on me when I get on Sasha's neck, when I get on her neck, when I start calling her Snoop Dogg Jr. and all that other shit. Everybody gets on my case when I do stuff like that. But I'm like, this is how she is. And this is one of the reasons I've never been a fan, never have and never will. Do you think Naomi, because I'm going to bring this back because I ain't hear nobody bring this back. Think of the scenario with them taking the pictures. In no way, shape, or form does Naomi allow that type of stuff to happen if it was just her by herself. Naomi has the warm-heartedness way more than Sasha, like telling people they can't stand here or do that. I don't think Trinity is like that. So everybody that went to that event, first off, I would have got my money back, but that's just me. But secondly, more importantly, I would have just been like, this is Sasha, aka Monet influence right here. This is all her. This isn't anybody else. Like nobody even thinks like this except her. So I mean, I feel for Trinity. I hope she, succeeds and she does well and she can find a company that, loves her for her. But I mean,
it's a cutthroat world. It's the wrestling business. I mean, you can have friends or you can make money. And see, if Naomi's too nice, maybe she's in the wrong business. But she is talented. I mean, I give her that. She's talented and she's entertaining. So I'm just thinking that Naomi shouldn't have played follow the leader and not walk out and stayed. Maybe she would still have a job now. But I guess maybe she'd agree with Sasha's opinions at the time. But see, Sasha is about Sasha.
Yeah, because at least Sasha's got back in the ring right now.
Maybe she was. I mean, in a sense, also with Naomi in WWE, maybe she's thinking about her position where she's going to be in a company and stuff like that. Because there are times that WWE makes certain talents an afterthought, and you could put a gyrate of talent on that list, and I do think Naomi falls under that. So I was thinking of that into consideration as to why she decided to walk out. And then I know Malika been getting on my girl Bailey too, but Bailey making all these cryptic tweets and things like that, on how she feel about the company. I mean, it's just a nonstop thing. It's like everybody's kind of saying the same thing. They're not saying it out loud as they should, but they are saying it.
Well, they're saying that even if you're making it cryptic will get you in the doghouse. So, and of course, you've seen my tweets on Bailey and the memes I made. I'm pretty sure you've seen. See, I blasted on Bailey too. Bailey is basically done. Damage control was a no from the start, from day one. Yeah. Damage control was just horrible. And it didn't help her career at all. It just basically, it just waned on it. I mean, I don't care how much you post and how much pictures you take, and posing and shit. It doesn't help. Damage control did not move the needle.
Some stables.
Yeah,
some stables worked, but that one didn't.
That was it.
Yeah,
I mean, EO's good. Dakota Kai probably could be good, like I said. But I think separate them and push them as single stars. I think EO Sky would go far. I don't know now. See, Damage Control is that's a good name for them because of damage to their careers.
It has. I have to agree.
And say it basically there was no control, but it did a lot of damage. Let's put it that way.
Mr. can I go back to you real quick? Because
go ahead.
Yeah, because there's something you said about like a lot of people in WWE coming afterthoughts, and Naomi been one for like the longest time, dude. And I'm like, world's most obvious idea. And hell, this was even the time when Vince wasn't in the damn company. Oh, but wait a minute. Actually, no, because they left before that. So, but hello, we all know Jimmy and Naomi are married. Bloodline? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not
let's see.
That's true.
That's true.
See, you have Roman, champion. Usos, tag champions. Naomi, women's champion. And then if you wanted to bring Solo in later, maybe he could be Intercontinental US. Or then when Sami was in, one be Intercontinental, one be US. Boom, everybody's covered. And Bloodline literally would have every championship.
That's true, and I'm surprised Jay or Jimmy hasn't made any kind of push to bring her in. But see, he probably can't because even though he has clout, he doesn't have enough clout because the management for them since she walked out with Sasha, they probably say no, we don't want nothing to do with her. So see, that's screw
Yeah,
right there. It doesn't matter
that's
if you're
true.
married to one of the bloodline or if you're in the family. So
And not to mention, like, Jimmy kind of got like a little legal trouble
I was
against
about to
yeah,
say, yeah,
twice, yeah.
Jimmy's in the doghouse too, so that's another.
Well, he
That's
can't be
another
in the
thing.
dugout too much. Like I say, he's been tag team champion for a long time. You know, and
Yeah,
that's another thing. Like you mentioned earlier, Reese, the DUIs he gets, and he only gets a slap on the wrist, where others who are mid carders will get 3 strikes
yeah.
and you're out.
If
So
Jimmy was a solo,
that's a
or
double
if
standard, right?
Jimmy was solo, yeah, he would be out of there.
Yeah.
But because he's a tag team and he's one of the main tag teams in WWE, I think that's why he gets a pass for the
And
stuff that he
of
does.
course, and of course, yeah, the family relation kind of
Yeah, the
helps too.
family relations. Yeah, Roman Reigns to the Rock.
Yeah,
So see, the family
yeah.
relations always saves you, just like the family relations saved Charlotte Flair. You know, Charlotte Flair is people say Charlotte Flair is selfish, not that good, but she got a push because of her dad, because of Daddy,
And,
and Daddy was in the company working at the time before he was before he was the storyline with him and Lacey Evans,
yeah.
who's basically all she's doing now is posing on Instagram. I'm still surprised she's under contract. I mean, she
I'm still surprised and everybody keeps saying she's so good, and I'm trying to figure out where.
yeah,
I'm
where
like,
and
You
where,
know
what?
what?
where?
Because
I don't see it.
you know what? Here's the thing: WWE did ass back. They've done some ass backward booking when it came to her because
Keyword being ass backwards.
yeah, yeah, and more is one. Because you know what?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, more
The
than one.
character that they should have, the character that they were trying to do with her first, that's where they should have went. Because yeah, bring up her military history because like she did a lot of it even when she was up NXT. But it was like bring up her military history, like slow build her as a baby face, like maybe have her low tier, and then like add the layers onto it. And it was like, yeah, you could have had her as a star right then.
Nah,
And
they
then
couldn't have
if you
done
would have
that.
well, first of all, let's hope that her wrestling actually wound up being good. But I was like, yeah. But then it was like, okay, if she wrestles good, she connects with the audience. Then if you want to break to the sassy Southern Belle, dang, you could have worked off of it. You could have had a chance to work off of that if you. Oh, wait a minute. Now, again, this would be another thing where I turned to Triple H a little bit more than I turned to Vince because
True,
at
yeah.
least he could come up with a semi-logical way of transitioning characters.
Yeah, the thing is,
But
you're right. The military thing should have been introduced first, and then the Southern Belle way later. But when you introduced her to Southern Belle, that it was a rap. It was a rap right off the start. I'm like, oh, this
I'm
is
saying.
dumb. This is really dumb.
Because
But
soon as she
and
did that, the fans jumped on her ass, and then they tried to give her that military to try to get sympathy, and fans was seeing right through that shit. They was like, "Nah,
it was,
we
no,
still don't fuck with you."
because thing is, see, you may want gimmick disappear without an explanation. I mean,
Mhm.
and you shouldn't do that. And like this, okay, here's something else. Oh, this guy's comment right here, Brother Marcus. Yeah, Warner Brothers, ESPN has an interest in WWE. I don't know what that's about. I can't see that. I don't know why. Because Warner Brothers, if I was you, I would stay away. I would stay away from that island. But that's on you. They want to work with ESPN and Endeavor. I don't know what for, but that's just me.
ESPN can't even get their own shit straight. What the hell are they gonna do with WWE? They can't. Also, for Lacey Evans too, she also kind of pissed off the fans online with her tweets and stuff. I don't know what the fuck she wrote, but I know a lot of fans upset at her or whatever she wrote. I don't follow Lacey, so I don't know. I just know that a lot of fans are upset at some things she was tweeting. So.
And you notice, I mean, she's on Instagram posting all these pictures, but you notice she hasn't been on TV or had a match in a while. I'm thinking she might be one of the budget cuts once the cuts start. I think she might be one of the budget cuts.
It is right around that time of the year. So.
Yeah,
it is.
And this is what you call right here major spring cleaning, which is bad for everybody. But
Yes.
okay, here's a question right here. Do you think Reigns have the Brock Lesnar power that he can just bring back on Naomi if he wants? Yeah,
No.
Reigns. Well,
No.
Reigns could because they'll listen to Reigns. I mean, he could push for it, but they could still say no. But it's all a question mark or all speculation to me.
Nah, I don't think he got it.
Oh, here's one. Do you think the Nation of Domination was a mockery of course? It's a metaphor. I mean,
Yes.
think about it. I mean, that's yeah, that's obvious. Yeah,
And hell, look at the color design of their when Ron Simmons first came out, like in Nation Color, it was literally Nation of Islam right there. But
Yep.
Oh yeah, that definitely is. You could tell because the nation was supposed to be militant and everything
the
like
cab.
that. So that right there, yeah, that right there told you everything. So I mean, I was young, but even I picked up on that shit.
She may be a fighter,
yeah.
but she still can't wrestle. I mean,
Yeah.
at least to me. And the thing is, see, even though she's off TV, it's not her fault. It's WWE's fault. WWE Creative,
It
the
is.
Southern Sassy Belle, then the whole military thing, which nobody bought, and now she's disappeared. And also, there was a comment here about Zia Lee. Where the hell has Zia Lee been? And she's actually good. I think she could be. She's as good as Asuka, but she has no push. She has nothing.
This man been on Zia Lee's ass forever.
Yeah.
No, but
And like I said,
I
I've watched.
like Zia Lee. I
You've
like
been
Zia Lee.
on her neck forever.
Yeah. I would
Go
say
ahead.
this, like the thing with Zaya, they messed her. Damn.
That girl-
man.
That girl has so many gimmick changes. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
know.
that is.
That's the point. Because
Well,
when they
yeah.
brought her in, she was just like the traditional Chinese
Yeah.
girl.
No, I'm
And
the
then they
protector.
moved her to
Yeah.
what's that
No,
name?
They made her a heel without going and saying.
Yeah.
He
with
says,
her and
"There's
Boa.
no one worthy of my protection. Now I
Yeah,
protect
exactly.
myself." See,
Yeah.
Exactly.
right there, once again,
They didn't know
career
what
over.
to do with her. They didn't know
Nope.
what to do with her.
and she's
I
good.
put her-
She's good,
I put her-
like Asuka. Think about this. Okay, you know what you could do? Put her in. Bring Asuka back. Turn her heel because remember Asuka made a tweet about when she lost. Bring Asuka back as a heel. Make Xia Li her tag team partner and make them both
Yeah,
heels.
do a Japan China thing.
Yeah, they can call them a Japan mafia type assassin, something like that. No, just make them heels. That
Just
would
like
do something
do
for them.
Asian connection right there, and then
Yeah.
or hell, or if you want to do like a but wait a minute, Japan and China. Yeah, Japan and China don't exactly. Yeah,
Well,
I don't know
I'm
how
just
they.
saying, I mean, it could be. I think it'd be a good gimmick, and it's something you could try. You know what? Xia Li and Asuka as a tag team will do a lot better than Damage Control.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Wait, who are the champions right now? I don't even know.
Liv and Raquel.
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Remember, they pinned Becky Lynch and Trish turned heel on Raw. Oh, that's right. You haven't watched Raw in a long time.
yeah. Trish
Yeah,
did go.
okay, now,
As I was trying to figure out who the fuck was shit, I'm like, okay.
They
who
fought
the
tonight
hell
on
is it?
SmackDown. They fought tonight on SmackDown.
Okay.
They
Speaking
fought
of
Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
speaking of champions,
Yeah.
I thought she was.
Yeah.
I thought she was a GM.
yeah. Now she got.
I
fired
didn't
from
know.
it.
I didn't know that Sonya Deville was. Oh my god. I
Yeah,
need to watch more.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ironically
yeah.
enough, she got fired because of that storyline with Naomi before.
Ironically, yeah, and Naomi's
Yeah.
gone now. How about that? Isn't that ironic? Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. The irony just hit me as I said it. Too.
I swear. And see,
They're
the
not gonna know
irony-
what to do with Carmelo Hayes. I'm gonna say that now, Marcus.
And
He's
the thing
champion
is-
now on NXT, but once he goes to the main roster, it's over for him.
It's all it is. It's a wrap. See, like the gimmicks that they give them are nothing. And Reese tonight on SmackDown, look at Karrion Kross with that haircut and talking about he took this had the tarot cards and saying so and so you're next. We're gonna
Nakamura. Yeah.
he's going to Shinsuke Nakamura because he says he's gonna take your honor. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is this about? And
He's still on the roster.
He's still there, and his wife comes out of the out of the red smoke with the cards saying you draw the junk cards. I'm like, oh my god, okay.
What the fuck does people see in that man? I don't see anything in that dude whatsoever.
Nothing. No,
I don't see
the only thing
anything.
they see. Yeah, the only thing they do see is Scarlet.
Yeah, true. Yeah, see, that's what Ben sees.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
that
and going back to your point about Lacey Evans and ass backwards, you know how Vince loves it ass backwards, if you know what I mean. But that's another story. Anyway.
Oh, and I
So-
was also thinking something else, like a saying with champions. Y'all know what this whole change what they changed King and Queen of the Ring to Night of Champions coming up in a couple weeks. And then as soon as I heard that damn match between the Usos and KO, which is supposed to have KO and Sammy next week, I'm like, wow, they're gonna really make them drop these damn belts.
Probably so, yeah.
I mean, who else could they put it on? I think it was just for Sammy and Owens to win the titles to have a feel good moment. I think that's all it was. Other than that, they didn't have any real long term solutions for them.
Nope.
No. Okay. So basically, I bet it's basically like AEW. They're short term interim champions, transitional champions.
I mean, transitional champions aren't bad, but if you do it right, it could be good. Like if you make them a transition, like do it right. But
I think Liv Morgan and Rodriguez are transitional champions because you know who wants those belts because on her command when she comes back from injury, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. They were supposed to get those belts at WrestleMania, but see, Ronda Rousey's injured. So
Ronda Rousey came back. She's still in WWE too.
Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah,
Shayna's still in WWE too.
But I could be cool with Shayna because at least she can somewhat wrestle. But
hey, look at this. This would be a good faction right here. Zia Lee, Asuka, and Io Sky. Now put them three together as a faction.
Yeah,
that could be good. Because then
not in WWE.
WWE. Well, it's a creative thought, but I'm pretty sure Triple H will fuck it up too. But anyway,
what would they be called? They would be called a Roman noodle. That's what they'd be called.
I got an name for them.
That's what they would be called.
King got in trouble for that one time. With
that's why I'm saying that.
But forget that. I mean, that was a racist comment. No, how about this? The Asian assassins. How about that? And make them heels. Make them brutal heels.
I don't know if they could put assassins though. I don't know if they could put that on TV because you know the children, as they like to say.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I say, it's an idea.
Wait a minute. Yeah, because wait a minute. Yeah, because actually now that you're mentioning, they didn't. Yeah, it's been a while since they even referred to Triple H as cerebral assassin.
I haven't heard them say that shit in forever. They always call him the game, the COO, the CEO.
Well, even Jim Ross named him the cerebral assassin. So if you had assassin then, so why can't you have the Asian assassins? Or you can take an Asian off and somebody get like a name, a symbolic name. Call him. What you call him? Call him Yakuza after the mafia name.
They definitely putting that shit.
Oh, they definitely.
Oh my god, people would call that place so. I mean, the WWE headquarters and will be complaining left and right. Like,
not only that, but the actual Yakuza themselves. I don't even want to think what they would do.
I don't know the actual.
And also, you could add if you brought back Kerry Sane, you could add Kerry Sane to that mix too. It could be a four-woman team.
I'll tell you this right now: Kyrie definitely ain't coming back to WWE.
Definitely ain't coming back.
Yeah, never mind.
After the way they treated her,
sorry, Marcus. Kerry Sane got treated like shit by WWE. So there's a lot about WWE that you need to learn. They treat these people like shit, and all four of these women are good wrestlers. That's the
especially
problem.
Like I said, after Nia Jackson concussed her twice.
Yeah.
Repeat that statement, Reese.
Especially after Nia Jackson concussed Kyrie twice.
Yeah. Why did she do that? We say she cussed her out, or
when she threw her to the turnbuckle. Nia
Jackson, is injury accident prone when working while working with her coworkers in the ring.
Yeah, don't believe me? Ask Becky Lynch.
Of course. Not ask Becky Lynch. Ask Bayley. Ask Alexa Bliss, who all been injured by Nia Jax. Oh, speaking of Nia Jax, on her Twitter recently, she posted a picture from the stomach up, saying she lost 48 pounds. I don't see it.
She looked like she lost a lot of weight.
I think she swallowed those 48 pounds. I don't think she lost shit.
That's just me. She looked at
She
the
ain't
Royal
all
Rumble,
shit.
I was like, it's like when she came back at Royal Rumble, like I was like, I had to do a double take because I'm like, wait a minute, it looks like Nia, but and then I was like, damn, she must have lost a little something because she wasn't as
How much?
thick as she was.
Now, see, I wear glasses, so how much of a little something did you see? I didn't see. I saw a little of nothing.
I wouldn't say like 48 pounds worth, but
Oh my god.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say
I
10
would say
pounds
like
worth.
maybe, yeah.
I wouldn't say 10 pounds. So would you lose? Would you lose 10 pounds? Now I can be 5 pounds, maybe lost 5 pounds because 5 pounds, you can't tell. But to me, I don't think she lost shit. But that's just me. But anyway, okay. Well, this has been fun. We had a blast with this. Anything else y'all want to talk about, or y'all want to wrap this up?
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead.
So I don't know how true this is, but what is her name? She was in Impact. Raka Khan, I think that's her name.
Oh, Raka Khan, yes.
I heard she's suing people.
No,
She's suing a whole bunch of people.
Her actual real name is Tranisha Biggers. She dated Kurt Angle for a while because Kurt Angle had a restraining order against her for stalking, and also she's been in trouble with the law because I think she took one of her kids, and then somebody said she kidnapped him because she doesn't have custody, so she's in trouble. Yeah, I've heard that, but I've seen her on Twitter and social media. She's like religious now. So she's trying to get herself together.
Yeah, I'm seeing it floating around. So I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think it's both ways. I think she's been in trouble with the law, but she's trying to get her life together. So yeah, Raka Khan, yeah, she was good for to me for what she was at the time. But I think the wrestling business did her dirty. Like I said, the wrestling business is really not for anybody or not good for anybody. A lot of people don't come out of it well, and they come out with a really, really bad taste in their mouth.
They do.
Of course, a bad taste in their mouth can describe and be described in a lot of ways in wrestling. Because if it's Vince McMahon, I'm pretty sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of bad taste in your mouth, yeah. Anybody notice one of the matches for Backlash this year?
I think so. Yeah. Rollins and Omos.
Yeah. I'm like, where the hell did this match come from?
There's no storyline.
Seth Rollins versus Omos.
And Omos already got buried by Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, so I don't see a purpose for Omos anymore.
Yeah, that definitely is random. That's definitely random.
It's like now you're throwing Triple H is throwing shit against the wall and hoping it sticks. Just like much like Vince McMahon throws the Diva Skanks against the wall and basically he sticks. I know. But that's a whole other story. But anyway. I had to put that in there. I had to put that in there. It's true though.
Like,
God.
And it also has the meaning for a bad taste in the mouth.
Yeah.
Because Vince McMahon puts himself in. Now here's the thing: Vince McMahon puts his shit in every girl's mouth. That's for damn sure. Yeah. Why do you think he started the Diva Skank search?
I agree, Marcus. I've always been on carrying Cross's ass. I never saw anything appealing about him, so I've always been, negative on him. Yeah. Same thing with Matt Riddle, but we're not gonna go into that because I'm gonna be ranting. So.
Yeah,
and he's right here. Zia Lee got crazy skills, but hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they also I also been hearing that they've been confiscating signs.
Yeah, Dana Brooke.
Yeah, I heard about that for Dana Brooke. I said, damn, Dana Brooke can't even have fans now.
Give Dana Brooke a chance. Signs have been confiscated. But look at this. I saw a sign on social media. Somebody put a sign up saying, "I paid to see Bailey's ass," and that wasn't confiscated. He had the word ass on the sign, and it wasn't confiscated. I'm like, okay.
And fair.
Okay, well, hey, do your thing, Zargon. Everybody has their own thing. You have at it. Personally, I've seen better, but that's just me,
Oh yeah, of course, definitely. But I can't pretend it's not something there.
Go ahead.
When you see Bailey on camera, it don't look a lot, but when you see it off camera, it was like.
So it's like pow, huh? It's like pow, capital P.
Yeah, I was like,
boom.
Yeah, because you want to know what? I had to go all the way back to like her babyface days. I was like, wait a minute. When did Bailey get in his? I was like, oh, wait a minute.
I've seen it.
Yeah, she got to tape that down because I didn't even know Bailey was a Latina. And I was like,
I didn't know that either until just recently.
I found out her real name.
Find that out till like,
she has an Hispanic or real name, but I forget what it was.
Pamela Martinez.
Yeah, Pamela Martinez. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't find that out till like just after she beat Charlotte for the Raw Women's title going into WrestleMania. It was like that's when I first found out, and I was like,
Reese, do not get Malik started on Charlotte.
I already know. Trust me.
I'll be on Twitter hollering, yo. My wife always be like, yo, what is you laughing at, yo? Oh my god, yo, I'll be rolling.
Also, there's like another thing that's like,
oh, you want that? All right, I'll make that for you in a little bit, okay? All right, I'll make it for you, okay? Yeah. All right, give me five. You ready for? You want some of this too? Yeah. All right, we can make that afterwards. All right. All right. Yeah, she's still up. She about to go to bed because we gotta get ready for tomorrow.
All right, finish your point.
Yeah, but I was just like, also, WWE doing all these damn events. Oh, now I just remember where I was going with this one. Yeah, WWE doing all these damn big shows like within weeks of each other. Do y'all remember? That's why half of your roster's been hurt for the last. Good Lord, I can't even tell you how long.
You know they don't learn their lesson. Come on, bro. You know they don't learn their lesson.
Oh no, I know they don't.
They don't ever learn.
Oh, I know they don't learn their lesson, but it's like, yo, I was about to say, when y'all know you've got injuries piling up, scale back on the damn shows, and it's like, and not to mention, you also
or at least pace it out. Pace it out.
Yeah,
better.
And that's where I'm getting to because I'm like, dude, you've got NXT. I was like, take some of the damn months when you're doing your pay-per-views and let NXT have them months. And just like keep your big four, and then like maybe give a couple months when you're not doing a pay-per-view. Period.
Hey, well, you know that's WWE. They don't care about their employees. They just care about making money.
They just like Amazon. They just like Amazon. Profits over.
And like I said, if you're hurt, it's like see ya. You're on your own.
Pretty much.
I mean, look, the billions that WWE has generated, they have enough money to drop free medical insurance to pay for year round.
They're not going to do that.
So they should.
And the fact that they can get away with that for so long, it's freaking crazy.
Really, it's basically like getting away with murder, in a sense.
Oh, I know, because as a fact, that's why Jesse wound up leaving the WWF like all the way back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like almost like they force you out. And see, Dana Brooke has been regulated to basically work in the main event. That's why she's not on TV. She hasn't been on TV. She hasn't been on TV since last year.
But even on TV, like even if you're doing house shows, you still can't have a freaking sign with somebody cheering for you. I mean, that's like I'm gonna take it there. That's like me coming in with a Jinder Mahal sign and somebody taking that from me. It's like, damn, I can't be a fan of Jinder Mahal.
No, and here's the reason I was told why they're doing that. Somebody told me in the Wrestling Council that because Dana Brooke isn't on the show and they're not showcasing her, so it's like, you know, we can't allow you to have a sign for somebody that we're not showcasing. Now, for the Bailey thing about seeing her ass, she's on TV and they're showcasing her, so that's why they're letting that slide. But still, that's still sexist the way it comes out. I pay to see Bailey's ass. I mean, that's practically a sign saying sexual harassment. I mean, come on now. You know, now, lucky enough, the guy wasn't in the front row. That's good. He was way back away. So you know, she probably couldn't see it unless. But as I said, the camera caught a little bit and posted it on Twitter. So I'm pretty sure she saw it there. But anyway, I'm just saying though, and like I said, these roster cuts coming up. I'm pretty sure you're going to see. I'm pretty sure Doudrop is gone. Piper is going to be gone. Dana Brooke.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bailey's
Doudrop hasn't been on in the.
Oh, she's on.
She was just on a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because when
but I say
Carmelo was out, and then Chelsea Green brought her to fill in until like Sonya came up.
And see, but see, even though she was on a couple weeks ago, that's the first time in a blue moon. It's like it's been spaced out. And then also on Raw this past Monday, on the crowd, you saw the women's match. You saw what's his face, Nikki Cross in the front row playing a little damn stalker
in the hallway.
And Nikki Cross has disappeared off TV also for weeks, also or a month also. So I think Nikki Cross is going to get released. Piper,
Nikki Cross,
probably even.
Because I thought like Nikki was still. Because they dropped her storyline with her and Candice.
Yeah, now she's talking. They didn't drop it. They just cooled off. But the tag team match it was Michin and Candice, and Nikki was in the crowd in the front row. So but that's the first time I saw her in like I think a weeks or at least half a month. I'm like, okay, so I think we see some of the roster cuts coming. So there could be a lot of cuts.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think they're gonna release more people than everybody thinks. I think way more people is gonna get released.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because think about it, it's not their fault. It's because and Triple H brought these people back. Most people back. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. They got brought back just to get
And see, Mia Yim has been talking very highly of Triple H and WWE for bringing her back. Now, if she gets released, I bet she should do a 360 and do a shoot somewhere. Like like I said, she was released before and then not brought back, and then to be released again. And she's been wrestling and losing matches in tag matches, matches and single matches. She's been jobbing.
That's why. Yeah, but look what happened because you know what? Ever since they put her with that damn Retribution group.
Oh yeah, that's what I started about.
That was doing from the start.
And look, her debut solo match on Retribution on that show during the pandemic when she lost to Dana Brooke. She lost to Dana Brooke of all people. Damn. And this is a woman who's been in the game 15 years. I mean, she was with Shimmer. She got a ton of experience. She should have been in no damn NXT. Same thing with Bobby Roode, who's a 15.
There's a lot of people that shouldn't have been on NXT that actually were, and it's still. I'm still baffled by it. I'm like,
I think Samoa Joe was even. I think Samoa Joe was even.
Joe was on NXT.
Yeah, remember he beat Balor for the championship.
Yeah. I was like, what? I was like, that's embarrassing.
We got somebody new here. I ain't seen this guy before. Let's see. Let me call this comment. Raheem Brown, welcome. I enjoy black people talking wrestling. Yeah, me too. Cool. Yeah, cool. Thanks for coming through. Anyway, all right. Everybody loves Mia Yim. Yeah, well, I love her too, but she might not be around much longer.
She's not, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, we're at 3 a.m. Woo, we're kicking about at 3 a.m. Hey, anything else anybody's got to say or
look at the bull.
That's all I got.
This girl.
Okay,
I know.
Hey, Zaga, anything else, or you want to, or we can wrap this up?
I'm just gonna say Rhea Ripley's overrated, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, she is the new queen, so but I'm not buying into it. I mean, I was never a Rhea Ripley fan. I mean, I'm happy we have a champion.
I'm not.
I don't see Rhea Ripley garnering any ratings. I mean, she's the most popular, but I guess she's the best. She's the best they can do right now.
The thing is with them is they use it's really annoying, and I understand this to piss me off, and I get that, but it's just like when Rhea Ripley is getting in all these guys' face, like she's going to do something to them, and we know that's not going to take place. Like she'll be all interfering in the matches and whatever, and it's like the guy can't like knock her on her ass. Like that's irritating. To me, that's irritating. And people don't understand that intergender wrestling can work. It can work. I've seen it numerous times. Like you could have a man versus a woman. It could go very far, but they just choose not to do it. And it's aggravating.
Because you want to know why? Because guess what group of people you're going to wind up hearing from? Yeah, the ones that's talking to, especially the
F words.
I get where they're going with this one because it's like, because I know where, and I understand why they're going with this route because you got men abusing a woman or whatever, but it's like, you got to take this in the same context like you would take it with a movie. It's like
Yeah.
If a man's gonna assault a woman, and then the woman fights back, the woman's gonna fight back eventually. Kind of like what was that damn movie? Like that movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez, like where she got assaulted and then she cut her hair, started kickboxing away, and then she decides to fight back. That's kind of like the same thing with this one. Although now I can't think of too many instances when it's the other way around, where it's the woman being an abuser and then the man fights back. But
Stephanie McMahon used to do that shit all the time.
Well, I know that. I'm talking about in real life situations.
What's her name? Maria used to do that to her husband.
Mike Bennett. Yeah.
Mike Bennett. Oh my God, that storyline pissed me off so much. Like it just.
That's
why
that was so demoralizing. I'm like, come on, bro.
Not just that, it was basically comic relief. It's basically taking away a man's masculinity.
Bro, she took that man's nutsack, his whole fucking.
Oh, speaking of a man's masculinity, Reese, have you heard about John Cena's new movie?
Oh, I was about to say.
Ricky Stenicki. Yeah.
No, not that. He's in the movie based on the Mattel toy back in the 80s, Barbie. He's in the movie Barbie. Literally, it's a movie called Barbie. Have you seen the trailer?
No,
I don't. Cena's not in the trailer, but
Barbie.
Yeah. Now he's not in the trailer. They don't show him in the trailer, but he's listed in the cast. I'm like, oh shit. You know what? So all you see to the C Nation, you better take down all your Sony posters, all the hats you bought, all those shirts and wristbands, and put that shit in. Put that shit in a can. Put some lighter fluid on it. Light it up real nice and set a match to it. Because the minute John Cena hits the screen as a character in Barbie. Yeah, just go on YouTube and look up a Barbie trailer. Now, like I said, remember he's not in the trailer, but he's listed in the cast, and that's when that's when I said, "Oh shit, that he's done. That dude, he's done."
Yeah, his nutsack about to go. His nutsack about to be tucked in between.
I mean, look at one of them. Look at the commercial where he's dancing about paying rent. Good morning, I'm paying rent, and he's all but they got the dress shirt on and everything. I'm like, and the logo says, "Why are you talking about paying rent?"
Although, in fairness, I do got to say this. I was kind of saying the same thing when I saw The Rock, when he was doing the Tooth Fairy, and when he did that couple that one time he was in drag on Saturday Night Live and whatnot. But,
yeah, and also on that movie he did, Be Cool, where he's playing where he's gay.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
It's embarrassing to see. It's embarrassing to see your favorites just get demoralized.
I'm just saying I don't think that's gonna be as bad as this. Because think about it, John Cena and Barbie. Think about that mix.
That's a Ken.
No, but he isn't playing Ken, but I don't know who he's playing. But I'm whatever party he has. Think about this. Remember, you can't see him, but we can see that shit.
Either that or wait. I wonder. You know, it actually be the worst thing if he actually portrayed himself like as a what do they call those characters?
As yourself.
A lot of them play themselves.
Fictionalized characters.
Yeah, they play the same versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Because I know Ice Cube does it all the damn time. I love him, but Jason Statham does it all the time. Michael Jai White does it all the time. They play the same character. It's just a different movie.
Oh, no, but I'm not saying that, but it's like, like you're actually being like John Cena, but it's like, you're like, kind of like, it's like if Brad Pitt was playing himself in a movie, but it's like no characters. It's just like a fictionalized version.
Yeah. So they take one movie and then they just replay that same movie, that same character, but they're just placed in a different movie. That's why I use Jason Statham as an example, or Michael Jai White.
Well, here's the thing: as far as Jason Statham goes, that motherfucker can't act really, because with the accent, every time he was like Paul Walker. Every time you saw him in the movie, it was the same person.
Paul Walker.
He can't be versatile. It's like it's like all you see is him. It's him. That's who you get in every role.
That's what I'm saying. He plays
same thing with Statham.
That's why I use him.
See, Statham can't really be versatile either. He just he's basically tailor made for action, and that's all.
Hold up.
Oh, go ahead.
Definitely.
All right.
He's basically the transporter in all his movies.
Yeah,
And I'm a big fan of Jason Statham, but even I can admit that.
yeah.
You know, I just saw something even worse.
What's that?
Okay, so yeah, John Cena is starring in a movie based on Wile E. Coyote.
Really? So not only is he going to be
Yes.
Barbie, he's going to be a Looney Tune. Oh, now is he playing the Roadrunner?
No. No.
Oh God.
All right, so you know how
I know the
Wile E.
role for him.
Coyote used to get
Yeah.
the products from Acme
Yeah.
that never work? Yeah. Cena's gonna be the Acme CEO.
Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping he'd be Elmer Fudd. I could see him saying, "Be very, very quiet." Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah. Put that big old hunter's hat on him and give him a shotgun and let him do the funny tiptoe. You know, I got you now, you wascally rabbit. Anyway, well, okay. Yeah, Cena gone. Cena's done.
Yeah.
Barbie, and now he's in a lot of Looney Tunes movie.
And
Hey,
then of course doing the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. Being Rocksteady.
Are you serious? He's in. He's going to be written in the Turtles. Oh, hey, why don't you just have him do a movie called like Space Jam? Call it Wrestling Jam. It's wrestlers that would sell tickets. Think about it, Wrestling Jam. You can have Alexa Bliss with the girl, best friend's girlfriend. You know,
Alexa Bliss. Jesus Christ.
Oh, then of course Fast.
You about to get him
Oh,
started?
then he's doing Fast 10. Yeah.
Oh, of course he's in Fast 10. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. Yeah, he's in Fast 10. Yeah, that's almost that comes out next month.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You know, that's getting me thinking. Even though I know he said he didn't want to, damn it, I think Cena's going to wind up having kids soon. Even though I know he
doesn't want to have kids, but if he does, you know, because Bella Skate #1 wanted to have kids with him, but you know he refused, so he left. He left her, you know, and she's about to get married. I think his child now. Now he has a girlfriend, or he's married, but I don't think he wants to have kids. I think he's the only married man that's going to wear rubber his whole life. Which technically is a good thing in nowadays, because I don't want to be.
Nowadays,
I would want to be his son growing up, knowing that my father was in a movie named after a Barbie and named after based on a Barbie doll toy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey,
Batista
could be worse.
Batista nutsack been between his legs too. Shit, all of them.
Batista ain't bad. I like him as Drax.
He's not a bad actor. He's not.
I like him as Drax the Destroyer.
But he had to do them roles. He had to do those roles that to kind of like earn your chops a little.
Yeah, he got to do that. He got to do that Illuminati ritual. I'll say it. This is what Cena's doing. He got to do them.
Cena's going through an Illuminati ritual because basically
he got to do them rituals, putting on a dress and putting on makeup, and
that's what Cena doing. I think. I think they basically lifted up his skirt or put the skirt on, and that's what he's doing. I mean, the only thing
heels on.
The only thing missing for Cena is high heels, but you can't see those. You know, make some Cena Nation high heels.
This shit is embarrassing.
It is.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, hey, it could be worse. You could be like Hogan in a Mr. Nanny.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But you know, I don't know. But like I said, you're John Cena. You're in a movie called Barbie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, but then,
to me, it's kind of equal ground in a way.
Yeah, nothing will be more frightening than seeing Hulk Hogan in a tutu.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
well, that was
put that image in my head.
I never saw that. I mean, I saw the trailer, I saw the preview, but I never went to see the movie. So I know that was terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway,
don't put that.
All right, Marcus Brown, thanks for coming through. Hey,
I definitely agree with that comment. That storyline was demoralizing with Maria and Mike Bennett.
It was.
She get pregnant by Becky. Get the fuck out of here.
That was what you call really, really, really bad comic relief. Really bad. I mean, it was stupid, but it wasn't even funny. That's the thing. That's the sad thing.
That was emasculating than a motherfucker.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that going around in WWE these days.
The first WWE cuckold storyline.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all.
All right, fellas.
It's 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning.
We want to wrap this up now? Okay, cool. All right.
Yep.
Well, all right, y'all. This has been fun. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Raheem Brown, Marcus Brown, Johnny X Mills, Shermelo Scott,
Great comments there, everybody.
Michael Miner,
Definitely.
basically everybody in the chat. Like I said, subscribe to Heels for Life podcast. That's where also you can catch Rockin' Reese. You can also catch Brother Zog on here on TikTok. He's mostly on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm a TikTok now.
And Marcus Brown, to answer your question, no, I do not stream every Friday night. I stream wherever there's some good stories, and if everybody is available and has time, because we all have lives, of course, we all have jobs.
Yeah.
We
we
all need
try
to
to
get
put our
sleep.
schedules together.
Yeah, because sometimes, last minute, it doesn't work. Like I said, Zargon almost didn't make it here, but I'm glad he did. Like I said, it was a pleasure having him on. I want to send some shout outs too. I want to send a shout out to brother Quentin, Blacksley Fighter. And I want to send a shout out to also longtime brother Kid Stacy over in London. I'm still in talks with him. He responds by emails every now and then, but I'm still trying to get him back on. So one night. But like I said, for brother Reese, for brother Zargon, I'm your boy Professor Malik X. Everybody have a peace and blessings and a blessed weekend. And we'll see you next time when we see you.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.